Welcome students. Today we are going to start your 13th chapter, that is modals. Okay. So what are modals? Modals or modal auxiliaries are verbs which are used before ordinary verbs for expressing permission, possibility, ability, obligation, suggestion, request and so on. Okay. So modals are auxiliary verb or helping verbs. Okay. They are auxiliary verbs or helping verbs which are used before ordinary verbs for expressing permission. They are used with means the format will be modal plus verb. Okay. The format will be modal plus verb. They are used before ordinary verbs for expressing permission, possibility, ability, obligation, suggestion, request and so on and so forth. They indicate the attitude, intention and mood of the speaker. They are used to indicate, to demonstrate the attitude, intention and the mood of the speaker. Words used as modals are shall, should, will, would, can, could, be able to, may, might, ought to, must. These are your primary modals. Okay. So there are certain features of modal, like every thing in this world has certain characteristics, have certain features. So more features of modals are original verbs, means they are not deciphered, they are not derived from anything else. For example, be verb. Be verb is also your auxiliary verb, but it is not modal, it is auxiliary verb. So from be verb, what we can get is, we can get am, we can get are. Okay, but if we are using will, this is your modal. So this is your original verb. This is a original verb. This is your derived verb. Okay. Unlike primary auxiliaries which have different verbs like do, be, have. They can be used only in association with main verbs. For example, he is a boy. Here is used as a main verb. But I cannot use will as a main verb. I cannot use shall as a main verb. I can say he will go today. Will go. Modal plus verb. Okay, but here is your single verb. This is the difference between your primary auxiliaries and your modal auxiliaries. Okay. They do not change with time. They do not change with change in number, gender, person of a subject. For example, if it is singular, is used. Plural, he is going, he was going, they are going. But if I use modal, he can go, they can go, he may go, he can go, she can go, we can go. In every way we are using only modal can. This is not changing, whereas is, am, are, was changes, but can will not change. Modals are always followed by first form of the main verb, means modal plus V form of verb. Okay. They provide various contexts to the main verb such as ability, possibility, power, capacity, permission, etc. Okay. So now see, the table has been given to show or to express ability, to express modal ability. Now why ability? Like what modals can be used to suggest ability or capacity? Can indicates ability to do something. It means to be able, capable or know to how. Could suggest ability in the past. He could swim when he was young. He could swim when he was young. She could sing well in youth. Okay. Suggests the ability in past. Be able to indicates ability to do something which is more possible than can. Means be able to is more strong sense. Is used in a more strong sense. See next. Ruchi can read this language. In my childhood, I could climb up trees. He was able to write with his both hands. Next is obligation, advice, suggestion. Should, must, ought to. obligation, like these three are used to suggest: obligation, advice, suggestion. Okay. Should is used for making a suggestion or for giving a piece of advice. These three, should, must, ought to, can be used for all these three. Can be used for an obligation, can be used for suggestion, can be used for giving advice. Should is used for making a suggestion or for giving a piece of advice. You should follow the traffic rules. You should take rest. Okay, a kind of giving advice or suggestion. Should also suggest obligation. Obligation means moral duty. Okay. You should look after your parents. Must. Must is a strong obligation. You must help the needy people. You should look after the parents is a moral duty. Must is a strong obligation, strong sense. You must help the needy. Okay, you must help the needy people. Suggest compulsion and the desire of the speaker. You must submit means a force. Compulsion means an external force. An external force. Okay. You must submit your medical report at the head office before joining the company. This is an external force where you are compelled, there is a compulsion that you have to do it. You must pay your bill on time. Okay. Next is your ought to. Conveys a sense of moral duty. Okay, an obligation. It is used for obligation. You ought to plant trees to save the environment. See, these three are your obligation. It also suggests that it is the right thing to do. You ought to avoid oily food as you have a heart problem. Okay. This was about your obligation, advice and suggestion. Should, must and ought to. Next is permission. Next is your permission. See, for permission, may, can, could. Okay. Suggest permission which is formal. This is used completely in a formal way, in a corporate world. May I come in? May I drink water? The words that you use in your classroom, or the words that are used, the sentences that are used, the permissions that are used in a corporate world. Can. Can is informal. Okay. Can I say something? A very informal way. Making a request. Can you lend me your pen? Means when you are talking to a friend, when you are talking to your siblings, like the people you are very comfortable with, when you are just in a relaxing mood, in that way you can use your can. May is a formal, can is informal. Could. Could suggest permission in the past, and it is also a formal way of asking. He told me I could leave. Madam, could you grant me leave on Monday? This is also formal but a polite way of asking. Okay. There is a conversation. This is something for your own practice. Ria, can I borrow today's Hindustan Times from you? Actually, we don't take that newspaper. For example, this is a neighbor. Two neighbor. Two neighbor means it's an informal way. So, can. Pooja, sure you can. Ria, can I keep it for a day? Yes, you can. Now, here is a conversation between two teachers. Whenever two teachers are there, means they are colleagues. They are in a formal relation. This is informal. This is formal relation. May I use your school diary? Yes, you may. Could you keep it back in the drawer later? Oh, sure. See, could and may. These are very formal way of saying. Okay. Next is possibility. Chances. Okay. In possibility, we can use may, might, can, could. May is a strong possibility. Might is a weak possibility. Can again is a strong. Could is weak. He may be at home. He might be in office. So, might be is a weak possibility. May is a strong possibility. Indicates a possibility which is stronger than might in good, other words, a good possibility. Example, my brother may be attending a meeting in his office today. This is a strong possibility. See? It's a strong possibility. Might, it indicates a weak possibility. Rohit might be in the study at this time. Might be means there is a less possibility. Past tense of may is also might. I thought he might come. Conditional, if you speak to him, he might come. So might, a weak possibility, past tense of may, condition. Again, can indicates general and occasional possibility. I can go with you for playing. Okay. Could, weak possibility, the baby is crying, he could be hungry. This is a weaker possibility. Okay. Past tense of can is could, conditional. If you come, we could go to the party. Okay. Next, see uses of will and shall. Will and shall are used for suggesting promise. Are used for suggesting promises. Okay. Will is used for all person while shall is used only with first person. I, we takes shall. Rest all is done by will. However, when promise is suggested, we use will with the first person subject and shall with other subjects. Means general promise. In general case, in promise case. Okay. First person, that is I, we. In general case, shall. In case of promise, will. Second person, you. General case, will. Promise, shall. Third person, he, she or they. General, will. Promise, shall. Okay. I will watch a movie in the evening. You shall get a gift tomorrow. Promise. Okay. These are the examples. Go through them. For example, see. Promise. I promise to attend your, I will certainly attend your cousin's marriage ceremony. See. I promise, will is used. Intention, I shall call you. General case, I shall call you. I shall help you. He will call you. General cases, he will call you. He will happily participate in the celebration. These are your general cases. Next is your prohibition. Prohibition means when something is stopped. When something is being stopped. Must not, ought not to. Indicates that something should not be done because it is a rule. You must not run on the stair. When you are prohibited, when you are stopped. Ought not to indicates that something should not be done because it is a duty. Must is used when rule is mentioned. Ought not to is used when duty is mentioned. Okay. Indicates that something is because of duty. You ought not to talk in class. This is your duty. You must not run. This is a rule that you may fall down. Next is your request. Would, won't, can, could. Used for making a polite request. Would you please lend me your pen? Polite request. Would you open the window please? A polite request. Won't. Used for making a request. Simple request. Won't you have something to drink? Can. Used for making informal request. Can I have some chocolates? When you are asking to your friend, can I have you some chocolates? Can you give me some chocolates? Okay. Could. Used for making a polite request. But it is uncertain whether it will be accepted. Mother, could you buy me a cycle please? Okay. In this case, in case of could used as request, it is uncertain that whether your request will be kept or not. Would is a polite request. Won't is simple. Any request can be made. Can is used for informal request. Okay. And could, again a polite request. Next is your dare. Okay. Use of may and dare. May is used for expressing a wish. May God bless you. May you live long. Dare is used as a model for indicating not to be afraid to do something. Is giving a dare. When I am giving a dare, it is mostly used in negative sentences. I daren't speak to him now since he is angry. Okay. Dare can also be used as a normal verb. I don't dare to speak. Do you dare to go close to him? Okay, so these are your dare when you are given, when you are told about, when you are told about not to be afraid of something. Okay, so this was your entire chapter about your models. I don't think you will be having any problem. I have already done it during your online classes. So go through this chapter, see, read it, enjoy it, and prepare for your examinations. So till then, take care and bye-bye.